following is a presentation of MRE UNO, Division 2.
Hello everyone and welcome to our second stream match of the day. I'm your host G-Man and we got another good one for you here as going over to the Coco region. We have number 1 seeded Rune looking to keep his run going and live up to some of the preseason hype that he's had going up against number 9 seeded Evan, who has been one of the more hyped up rookies as he looks to take down one of the potential biggest threats of the season. So two massive forces going head to head. I'm your host G-Man, and we welcome you into the stream for our second of 3 today. Let's jump over to the schedule here and take a look. As we mentioned before in the release stream, Geo beat Lucas 4-2 at that 4 a.m. game in the Arctic region. Geo able to get his first career win. Lucas, unfortunately, his run ends there, but a good run nonetheless to the round of 32. And then the Arctic region saw it on stream at 10 a.m. I mean, what a game that was. Real back and forth, and Ridley walks away with the win on that one. Barely able to get away with that, and with a massive comeback in Game 7 as well. Emmy, unfortunately, not able to get the win, and we'll have to wait till Archer able to get that big run she was hoping for. Now we move on to Rune Evan next, and then after this, it'll be My Hill Blank at the in the same place here, just in the bobsled region. So make sure you tune into that once this one's done. And then at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time in the Coco region, it's going to be Fitzwater and Cyan Titan going at it to see who wins that one. And then finally, wrapping up the day at 10 p.m., Mark vs. Captain Gaming, also in the Coco region. We'll see how that one goes. Hopefully Mark shows up, but because he had some issues in the round 64, but assuming he shows up, hopefully that'll be a good one to close off the day. All right, looking over to the bracket here, upper half of the Coco region. Again, Rune and Evan both had very strong first round matches. 4-0 for Rune, 4-1 for Jackson. Rune taking out the Tevin, who was in the play-in, and Jackson and Evan beating Jackson, who has just kind of struggled in this league since he came in last season. They play here, and of course, winner of this match will face the winner of the match happening at 10 p.m. Later tonight with Mark and Captain Gaming. So we'll see who gets the win there, but let's go over to the stream. Unfortunately, unfortunately, I'm probably running the solo here, and both players are not really VCing right now. But no, I'm just gonna be here as a ref once again. I don't really have anyone to really bat off, so I'm gonna just quickly type the question out to both the players, and then we'll get things going here. So this one's going to be a joint question here. So for both of them, Rune and Evan have hyped this matchup for a little bit and now are into this spot. Question is, what do they expect out of the opponent, and how do they feel? What do they feel will be key in order to be the one that ends up advancing to the round of 16? We'll see what both say here. But again, this is going to be an interesting match, I would think. Both have some knowledge of it, knowledge of each other, and Evan's going to respond with pain, lots of it. That's his expectation for Rune, but we'll see what Rune has to say on the opposite end of it. I'm confident if I just keep playing how I've been playing, I will have a good chance. All right. So both with brief answers, but I know both are ready to get things going here. So now feel free to start things up here. Don't have a lot for pregame specifically, but we'll see what happens on the table. But again, the last comment can't ever be certain with Uno though, and that's fair enough with how things play out with the cards. But all right, going to game one here, and we are already underway. Blue 5, with a 10 card set count, and that's the second time also we started with 10 today. So wondering if that's going to be a recurring trend, but. Rune's gonna open up with a blue 8. This could be a quick. This could be a more speed-based match, but we'll have to see. I know both are gonna be very aggressive from the get-go, but Evan is taking a second. Rune will be a little slow to get the card. That is another thing. Also, Rune a little bit. Gonna be a little bit hindered in this first game here, but beyond that, should be able to keep things going. And very quick switch here early. Just going into the red, trying to see what's up there. Evan's going to be fine with it, going to run that. And it's going to be a ditto, first ditto of the game. We get another early ditto in one of our streams today. So, ditto's making a lot of appearances here. And Evan's going to go with an early wild green. I mean, I said this before, there's going to be some more aggression here. From the get-go, and I mean we are seeing some of it. Rune just straight up draws, so no green there. Evan's gonna run the green now. Rune's gonna pretty much be looking for a switch here at some point to pretty much any color, because it feels like Evan wants to be running this green. Doesn't get the 5, so another draw here, and Evan just got to place this carefully again. He'll get another draw as well. So goes one up with a green 6, another one there. So Evan off to the races very early. Yeah, I mean, this green is really weak for Rune, but Evan now draws, so now both are kind of at a stall here with potential draw city incoming, as Rune still is getting nothing on the green. Does Evan get a potential top deck to get himself out of here, or at least keep himself low? We'll have to see, but no, he won't. So now we're just in draw city, so... and just as I say that, we do finally get the switch. Rune does find it, and now we go in the blue. Question is now, what does Evan have on here? No, both players don't have green, but what's going to be the option for Evan on the blue? It's going to be a massive slap in the face and a wild over into the red, so... Evan responding very quickly, and Rune's already up to 16 cards, so potentially a lot of ammo in there, but also maybe not doing a lot in terms of those draws. But Rune believing that was an inconvenient move, and that's definitely gonna put this game out a little bit longer. Three card chain into the +2 here as we go into yellow. Will there be any more added on top of this? We'll see. No, there won't. Just be the yellow 4. So only one +2. Does throw a little bit back, but not too much. I do like the patience here from Rune. If he could just if he plays this slow and calculated, and assuming that Evan's not holding on to anything, this is not a terrible spot for Rune to be in if he plays this right. Still gonna be pretty far behind though. And the yellow 8. Evan keeps running it though. Now down to 3 again. Rune's still up to 11. If Rune keeps this yellow, I mean, he's really hoping for a draw at this point, because then another yellow play, then you start getting kind of nervous. And yellow 7. Uh, will Evan get down to 2? Is typing. Maybe this is the game right here. Getting close to 5 minutes, but if this is it, I don't think we'll hit it. It's going to be a +4 into a red 8 for Uno, so taking a bit of a gamble here. We'll see what this last card is, but Rune's got 14 cards to combat this. Goes with the red 0, tries to go for a conservative strategy. Will it work? Yes, it will. No red to be found for Evan here as he draws. I think Rune might have been a little surprised by that. He thought the game was over right there. Goes with the red 3. And Evan's gonna go for skipping the draw, so it doesn't really have much left on that red. Well, I mean the draw caused him to not be at Uno, so bit of a tell there in case Rune wasn't checking the table. Right now, I'm not gonna have the finish on red here, but Evan maybe looking for a top deck. Gets red 1. I mean, red 7. Was that what he drew on before? I don't think it was, but yeah, no, it was not. So we'll see if he gets bailed. No, he does not. So again, Evan does not have the red finish here, and that's a good play from Rune to be able to kind of just keep that 7 efficiency. Not gonna get the switch unless it's a bailout, and knows that the red is weak, so keeping it on red is in his best interest right now, and that's gonna be another draw this time. So not gonna get another top deck. We'll see what Rune has here now. As Nick has joined us. Nick, is your mic and laptop anything good go or? Well, that's good.
I'm just happy to be here.
All right. So haven't missed a ton. Evan's kind of been just throwing it down the gauntlet on Rune, but it is still only game 1 here, as we're about 7 minutes 30 seconds into this.
Okay. It seems like just Rune trying to create a draw city here. I've been top decking some stuff. Rune getting a little bit annoyed at the top decks, but it is what it is. It's Uno. Rune finally switching it out into green.
Yeah, I might feel comfortable enough to jump out now because he's been running that red for a while because Evan was just not able to get anything, but goes for the switch now to try to get a little bit more closer to a potential finish, and that's gonna help him there as the double is gonna close that gap now.
Yeah, I have a feeling he wouldn't make that switch if he didn't have that +2 to back it up. Leaving him at 4 when you make that switch is a little bit risky, but if you have the +2, it's a little bit of an easier play to make. Evan typing it up. Maybe having a bit of a run here.
Ooh, all right. Down to 2.
Triple A.
Yeah, Rune, not too pleased with that, but still very much in this.
Yeah. Definitely not over yet, unless he's been holding on to a wild +4 this entire time, which Evan's capable of making plays like this. He's not like some of these rookies in D2 where it's just pump and dump. He's one of these people that have been practicing on the new bot a lot. He's been putting in the hours trying to make a name for himself, but it's going to be really, really difficult to pull the upset on Rune here.
I mean, that is part of why Evan got such a high seed for the rookies here. Really showed a lot of impressive moves in his rookie test, and I believe he actually was the highest seeded rookie, and I mean he really showed that in the first round matchup. Absolutely putting on a clinic there, but
Yeah. If I remember correctly, I think his test session was against KT himself, and he won that test session convincingly.
I believe you're
So
correct.
a lot of potential there. But this is going to be the true test here. If he could take down Rune, not only the one seed of the region, but the one seed that's proven to be the most dominant of the one seeds in this February Flurry, then he's going to definitely put himself in the running for a D2 championship spot.
Yeah, I mean Rune is definitely one of the early preseason favorites in terms of being a championship contender. So he's looking to be able to live up to that. Had a good end to the season last season, and really looking to start off 2025 strong. But Evan's going to be at Uno here. We'll see what
Ooh,
Rune does. Rune's down to 4 cards, so nothing on the
nothing.
yellow 3. Is this going to be game here? And it's going to be a
Oh
number
my
efficiency
goodness.
with the blue 3, and Evan's going to go up 1-0 here. Able to find that on the double, and I mean that was all after a crossover as well. So uh,
Yeah.
that actually that might have slightly cost Rune there, especially if he had the blue. But
Just held on to that number efficiency. Worked out perfectly for him. Uh, Rune running out of the yellow in just the right time for him to get that blue 3 off.
yeah, both players are looking to just get things going here. So we're gonna just jump right into game 2. But no, that's not Rune. There we go. But yeah.
Rune, I mean, so far he's been. I mean, the last match he was sticking to the mid tiers. This is shaking it up a little bit, going into the higher tier card starts. But Evan, he's practiced with all sorts of card starts before, so it's not like he's completely uh, out of his depths doing a full send here. We'll see how it plays out.
Mm-hmm. Immediate switch goes into the green.
A little bit interesting.
I would rather start
Evan
there
can
than red, but Evan's gonna roll along with it for now. And now the green 7.
Bit of a
A 3 card switch here from Evan as we go back into red. Now we'll see what Rune has here.
smart. Yeah, smart move making the run back into red, but it might be a bit of a fade look here from Rune unless he's truly just out of red here. Yeah, he still has red play.
I think with 15, usually on media switch, is not that you don't have the color starts on, just kind of want to start on something different. I'm not sure how long
Right,
he'll be able to run this red. I'm thinking he's fine with playing it for a tiny bit, but he's looking for an option to switch. But we'll see what happens.
right. We'll see. It might be that he just has less red than he had green. Maybe we'll see a switch back into green for Rune here, especially if Evan's giving that look that suggests that he. Oh my goodness.
That is that's another one that's going to be a massive one. 24 cards.
24 cards, just off of the new comeback limit there, but still would be just as impressive if he's able to come back.
Quick switch
But
into
Rune
red
is one
here.
of those
That's
players.
I think it's a good move to start out with, but
Yeah,
man, Rune is getting thrown down multiple cards here. I mean, we could probably check stats. He's already had to drawn 31 cards. He's drawn more than double the amount of cards as Evan so far. And Evan's had more self-drawn, so yeah, it's been kind of crazy with how much ammo Rune's been getting thrown on him.
that is crazy. But Rune is one of those players where he's able to make these sort of comebacks if you give him the ammo. You don't see, you see a good chunk of players in D1 that have that sort of capability where if you throw too many ammo cards at them, they'll make you pay for it. Rune, I feel like, as one of the favorites here in D2. He's also one of those players where if you throw the gauntlet at him, you're running the risk of him being able to whittle you down on color efficiency, number efficiency, to the point where you're just out of answers.
Yeah, we'll see.
Rune doing an excellent job so far, making sure that it's staying in red, not just on the color, but making sure he doesn't get any switches out of it. Maybe a little bit unlucky. Evan's not able to find any sort of numbers to get out of there. Evan's already back up to 10 cards. You'd think at some point he'd find some other number efficiency to get out of the red, but no, he just keeps drawing back. It's kind of surprising.
Rune's doing a great job so far, kind of isolating Evan here, and this is slowly bringing this gap back. This is kind of similar to what he did in the last game, but wasn't able to fully close that one out because he kind of just ran out of options as he got lower. But Rune gonna go for a switch here. That'll free up Evan for a bit, but Rune does have that red in his back pocket if he needs to get a jailbreak here.
Mm-hmm. Oh. Evan, yeah, frees up Evan here with the blues. We'll see how long both of them are able to run it here. You'd think that Rune would be able to run the blues a little bit longer because of how many cards he has, but we'll see. We haven't touched blue at all until this moment in the game, so if I had to place a bet on what color Evan's cards are, a majority of them at least, it'd probably be blue.
Yeah, I believe that was double. No, okay, both had blue nines, but not played at the same time. But blue six from Rune here, and then Evan's gonna use a wild, so
Ooh.
ran out of blue, so that's gonna be two colors now that Rune might be able to take advantage of.
Evan trying to make the run down to Uno here, down to 6 cards. I would be surprised if Rune lets it get to that point, though. He has to have something in the back pocket here. You can't get... It's very rare you get 24 cards, 12 freshies thrown at you, and you don't have anything in terms of ammo. And there comes the ammo.
It's coming here. It didn't go through because he did the percentages.
Yeah, the percentages instead of the ampersands, but...
It's going to be a yellow reverse, green +2, and the green 7 here. So, again, not stacking these +2s here. He could have another one, but deciding not to stack the +2s. I do like that strategy here to try and isolate Evan a little bit further, not give him ammo, or limit the possibility of giving him ammo at least.
Right. I like that strategy too, of making sure that you send him back, but you don't give him too many options in terms of ammo. You send right back at him. But it also might be a case where that might be the only +2 that Rune has. Evan already used 4 of the 8 +2s in the deck earlier as Rune.
Now we go back to wild. It's interesting. You kind of trying to play a little tricky now.
Yeah, Rune taking this game by the horn. Evan doing a little bit of a double play there, but we'll see what Rune has in the back pocket. Rune getting a little bit closer to that finish.
I guess the big question with this is how much does this let Evan be able to get closer to the end, and how much is it going to benefit Rune here? Because this is what he was running before, but we'll have to see. This could benefit Evan because we know red is weak and we know blue is weak, so the only other option is really green.
Yeah.
And we have back-to-back dittos here.
Neat ditto plays. See what happens with the... Evan down to 3 now. Rune gotta at least consider the possibility of Evan having the run to the finish here. But he's content to take that small risk. We'll see what happens.
A triple ditto.
Truly incredible gameplay here.
That's not good. That's not good for Rune if they have an identical hand, and his hand doesn't have any ammo.
We'll see. We'll see. Evan down to dose. Rune maybe thinking over potentially using a wild +4 here. We haven't seen a wild +4 at all, I believe. Yeah. So I'd be very shocked if he didn't have one in the back pocket. Uses the power play. Interesting.
Didn't feel safe with that one.
As a defensive tool.
I think what he was trying to go for is I think he feels that Evan's gonna have a lineup here or something, and he's trying to see if he could kind of spoil up what he's got. If it's a +4, this is not really gonna be that strong, but if it's not a +4 or something like that, that extra card he just drew could be a massive spoiler here.
Yeah, it all depends on what that draw was. It could a lot of the times it's going to help you, but sometimes it hurts you. We'll see what happens here if that really stopped Evan's plans here. Gets to
Just
Uno at
running
least.
yellow here. This is going to be interesting now.
We'll see if Rune has anything to answer
I
here.
mean, the question is, does he have another yellow? Because I mean, he's ran like 6 straight yellows. That's the game.
That'll do it. That's the game.
He did tread carefully, and he won that one.
Yeah. A 24 card comeback, and on top of that, Rune didn't have a single wild +4 that entire time. That was just straight wild, straight reverses, 1 +2. That was really impressive on Rune's part.
Hold on a second, I'm just asking Evan what his last card was.
Yeah. I'm very curious to see what will happen. Because you got to think that was probably just what the power play gave him. Yeah, just some random junk card. Unless
Green
that was a
6.
card left over, because...
I mean, with the 6 there, it would not have been able to end the game there, so...
Oh, the green 6 was from the power play.
So the power
so
play
he did
actually
have
was a
yellows.
huge difference there.
Wow.
Yeah, and again, sometimes doing the forced draw power play can be very effective, because that one card could be a complete junk card which completely throws your opponent off, especially if it's like a numbers run to the end. So we saw that executed to perfection there, where Rune was able to get that draw he needed to be able to close that one out.
Absolutely. Getting the maximum effect you possibly can out of that power play, not using it as you typically do in an offensive sense where you just use it to complete the run, but using it in a defensive sense to sort of steal the game away there. Rune getting the absolute max out of that power play as he gets an interesting run into red here.
Yeah. One last comment on the power play there also. I'm of the opinion that those are the more interesting ones, because obviously while running to the end is nice, just kind of is a little boring and a little mundane, but doing something more unique with that, where it's not direct finish and helping you significantly, I think it's more interesting to execute.
Right. But it's good to have that sort of variety in the strategies people go about when using the power play.
Evan looking to cook here as he goes with the red reverse. Rune cannot power play this as he used in the prior game. I'm curious if this might actually just be the game right here. Would be a 5-card run.
That would be insane if this is it. But he's typing a lot like it is. We might see the finisher here. If not the finisher, then close to it, because he might do the Uno. Oh, that's it! Oh my goodness.
So +4 and then the +2 and the 0. So I actually the wait, no. Maybe the wild red did kind of cost Rune slightly, but I mean that's good. That was going to be tough to come back from.
I think he loses regardless of the wild red, because then you just do the +2/+2. Well, no, yeah, you're right. Yeah, it did cost him there because you got to find a way to chain that red reverse and the green 0, which is a little bit awkward if you don't have that switch in the red. A little bit of a misstep there on Rune's part. Can't really blame him, though. You can't expect a guy to have a run like that at 5 cards off a 7-card start. He'll shake that off and head into the next immediately after, which is what you really got to do after losing a game like that. It's not really anything that you did wrong there. It's just the cards played themselves pretty much.
Alright, so games open up with the yellow 8 here, and I forgot to start it again. But I mean, this is going pretty quick, so 5, 4, 3. Counting that down a little bit.
Do we have 2?
No 2. It's going to be a draw.
No. Immediately switching to the blue as soon as the room gets out. He's up Rune there. We'll see what Evan has cooking. Self ditto. Already down a card, Rune. At 8 cards. Evan's still having the power play in his back pocket, up 2-1 in the series. Like I said, Evan's no pushover. He's gonna make Rune work for this victory, even if he is one of the better players in this division too. Evan's absolutely no slouch. He's been putting in the work.
Yeah, and I mean, if Evan comes away with the win here, that's going to be only one seed left in the tournament, so not a strong showing from the higher seeds to start things out. But I mean, a massive +6 here is going to throw Evan back quite a bit. It goes up all the way to 11, and Rune is now down to 5.
Yeah, not sending Evan back as Rune has been sent back in the past, but definitely looking to make some space to operate here.
Green skip Rune 0 plays it simple, deals with the double here. We'll see if Rune keeps things going on the green, or maybe looks for a switch. No, keeps things going on the green with the green 5.
Content to stay on these greens for now. Down to 4 cards. Evan looking to fire back. We'll see what he cooks up. Stays on the green. We'll see how long Rune is able to run these greens for.
Not that much longer.
Not very long. Immediately draws as soon as I say that. Evan able to maybe take advantage of this, run the greens a little bit longer. Yeah, we see him put down the green 9. We'll see if Rune's able to get any number efficiency or maybe a top deck.
Finds a switch.
Number efficiency. Into red. That's the one color we hadn't seen up to this point. Pandora's box is now open. That'll free up Rune. Rune, that's probably the one color he needs to finish down to 4 cards. Evan's staying on the red so far. See how far Rune's able to run the reds this time.
I think for Rune especially, really just trying to look to run this on red. I mean, for Rune especially also, I mean, it's on the stream there, but Rune with 0 wild +4s through 4 games so far, so really has not had any +4 to his advantage thus far, but still looking to be in a good spot here as he looks to close this out and make this another game that is 2-2 after 4.
He's looking really good right now. Well, not anymore because he's drawing again.
Might have
got down to 3, but not able to close any further. Evan's still making his way back.
Might have a bit of separation here, which is not going to be helpful for Rune. And now we go yellow, which I feel like this will free him. If not, I mean, Rune's in a very bad spot, but oh man. At that point, it's really just
what color does he?
At this point, it's probably blue, but I'm not really sure how he's going to get there unless he can find that switch quickly. But this is not the spot Rune wants to
Yeah.
be in.
He just absolutely has nothing.
Yellow 5. Still nothing. How long does Evan run
Evans
this?
taking the lead here.
Yellow
Down to
9.
Dose. Does
Not the
Rune have
outcome that
anything?
not the outcome Rune has been wanting to see. Can't see table. Okay, well, yeah, I was about to say.
Yeah, we're good.
And it's gonna draw again. Does Evan get the Uno here? Maybe even the game. Based off the typing, this could very much be the game
Yeah,
here.
based on the typing.
Maybe another
Yeah.
+4.
This-
Yep, there it is.
Another
And a wild.
+4
And a
and a
wild.
wild.
Okay. It's been 3-0 on the +4s here. Rune just not able to find much on that. And as he said, not looking good here. But 537 on that one. Rune might be in
Been
trouble.
down.
Gonna have to find
Yeah,
an extra gear here if he wants to be able to walk out of this one.
absolutely. He's been down on ammo, down on luck, even down on power play. He doesn't even have his power play. Evan has his. If Evan's able to effectively use this power play, it could very easily end up going 4-1 here, which would be an absolute stunner.
I mean, for Rune, this has been kind of a rough series so far because if he didn't use the power play in game 2, there's a very real possibility he would have lost that game right then and there, and then this series could have been over. But
Right. We could be looking at a 4-0 right now, which is crazy to say because Rune was on the giving end of a 4-0, literally his last match against Tevin.
I mean,
He was
Evan
looking
was
like,
on the giving end of a 4-1 last match, and he's looking to do the same here. But again, this has been a very quickly paced game so far. And again, with both players kind of just wanting to be locked in, not really going with too many questions here. But
just running into the Uno right away. Fair enough.
Rune looking for a switch here. I mean, Rune's gonna have to try something different here, even if it's an out of the box idea. But it's
He's gonna have to something.
it's kind of looking to be a tough situation right now. Another and a +2 there. That's giving Evan the lead.
If Rune's capable though, Rune is one of those players again where he has the experience and the know-how where he's able to go on. He'd be one of the people you'd expect to be able to go on a 3-game run to close the series with a clutch Game 7 win. But we'll see what happens. Evan again, he's proving that he's able to live up to the potential that's been claimed of him ever since his testing session.
Yeah. Blue. I'm just gonna mention this right now. Also, I mean, this has been one of the prettier score colors we've had for any stream match so far. I think Evan and Rune both picked great colors to represent them. So that's just something I wanted to randomly comment on. I thought their colors were very nice, but
Let me tune into the stream real quick. Oh yeah, that's beautiful, especially with the February Flurry theming.
mhm.
They really. Anyways, Evan's still with the lead here, I believe. Yeah, 8 cards, 10.
Going blue 3 now, and I mean we're just kind of running blues now. Evan with a 2.5. Evan with a 2.5 card advantage, but Rune's gonna have to find something here, and that is not what he needs to find. It's
Ooh,
another draw, and I mean he was saying it before going into game 5. It was looking rough. This is looking rough here right now for Rune. Just cannot find any answers.
it feels like every single game, Rune has been the first one that's been needing to draw, like on his own. That's at least how it's felt. I don't think Evans really needed to draw. It's been more just him being able to run the colors than switch with the number efficiency, and Rune just not able to find any answers so far.
Well, Bree jumps in. Okay. Hello, Bree.
Hi, Bree.
I think they wanted Rune to win, so this is not the result they were hoping for. But
Yeah, a little unfortunate for Bree, but still, we've seen a lot of comebacks. Absolutely no lead is safe here.
mm-hmm.
Another double.
Okay.
And then a double play back, hitting him with the 1-2. Rune's still behind, but throwing the +2 down to hopefully disrupt whatever plans Evan has.
Yeah. 4 minutes 38 here, just about to hit 5 minutes. And another
Ooh.
+4. I mean, we're at 4. We're at 4-0 here. This is we saw something similar. We saw something similar, but to a much larger degree, earlier in the round, where Marcus deleted was a 10-0 on the wild +4s, which was absolutely insane, including a 6-0 in game 4 specifically.
Yeah,
But,
that's an old bot-esque line on the +4s, but
yeah, no,
hopefully it
Rune
won't get
just
to that
mentioned it
level
now.
of, yeah. Hopefully it doesn't get to that level. It's mentioning specifically that match between Deleted and Marcus. Again, not as bad as that matchup was, but certainly would like to see Rune at least get one before the series ends.
Guess they'll switch the blue 7. But I mean, Rune just looking for an answer here.
That was a smart switch, but it might work out still, but Evan
I mean,
has at least one card for it.
Evan's
Because
down
it
to three
seems like
card.
Evan right
Evan's down
now.
to 3 cards here. It's just a question of this is going to be over very soon. Because I mean he's getting low, and there still has not been a draw in sight for Evan. And just as I say that, he draws, so Rune's going to be saved by a little bit, but gonna have to find something here soon.
Rune has to be absolutely relieved with that draw there. If he got down to 2 cards, especially with that power play, he might have been forced to use a run there and
Didn't want to risk
firing
it.
back,
Didn't want to risk the top deck there. Just went with the +6 to reset things a little bit.
taking the lead back. I believe that, yeah, 7 cards to 10, getting a 2.5 card lead here.
And the 3 card switch also to go into red.
Evan goes right back to the yellow.
Can Rune play the yellow, or is this going to be another draw? No, he can't play the yellow. Goes one up with the yellow 9.
He should be strong on yellow. We'll see, though. Both seemed content to stay on the yellow now. Self-ditto play there from Rune.
Another yellow 9. Evan's running this yellow. It does not really what Rune wants. Rune is in the lead, but Evan can very quickly swipe back with a run to the end. But
He could very easily take the lead with another +4, but
that's
Evan doesn't
exactly
seem to
what
have
Rune
it.
needed. Evan runs out
Rune
on the yellow here. Rune looking to get closer and get down to 3.
able to run the yellows a little bit if he so wants. We'll see. But Rune getting a little bit of daylight here, looking very promising on this game 5 for him.
Gets a switch into green here. This might be a good lead off for Rune. Down to 3. I think Rune's got to consider
That
also
should
maybe
be.
he could find a way to flush that power play from Evan to take off a huge advantage that Evan has.
Ooh.
Goes with the wild yellow, so kind of playing it all around.
That is an interesting play. Switching off of the yellow and then immediately going back into the yellow wild.
Maybe just had the stray there, and he's looking for a draw here. So for a draw to maybe just force end this game. He's gonna
Oh
power
my
play.
goodness.
This might
Power
be this.
play.
I'm wondering if this is defensive. It's gonna be defensive, and I think Rune has just flushed the
Defensive.
power play.
Rune might have just been able to flush that power play. Yeah, I don't really like that power play usage very much, especially when it's game 5 and you're going to have so many other opportunities to clinch the series if you hold on to it. But it's not the worst in the world because it might ruin things here for Rune. We'll see though.
I think that was definitely more of a short-sighted answer there. I guess some of that experience some of that lack of experience coming into play here, but now this could be a disaster situation for Evan.
Well, it matters what Rune has and what he drew from that power play.
And that's gonna
Oh,
be
and
the
it
game, and
didn't even
he's
matter.
straight up flushed
Oh
it.
my
So
god.
That's a huge game for Rune there by flushing that, and now it's a straight up game for the last two. But
Yeah, that is huge for Rune. He might still be down 3-2, but definitely momentum on his side at the very least. And no power play looming, that's gonna be huge. Oh my goodness. That could have very easily still worked, but just unlucky on the power play draw there. Wow. If it was anything but a yellow or a red or a wild, maybe that would have
yeah,
worked. But
Evan can't pick 15, so we might see another 15 game here.
another full send. Let's try it again.
All right, and we start with the green one. Again, this being straight up now is going to be a big advantage for Rune here. Not going to have to worry about that power play, but still has to get the job done in these last two games.
Still no wild +4s on Rune's end. You'd hope he gets at least one here to sort of help him get it to a game 7, but
And
maybe the Uno god's not smiling on him right now.
guess we also see here for pregame Ihil ready to go for his match at 5 p.m. So got an hour beforehand doing some quote-unquote pregame warm-ups by being ready for check-in. But
He's very locked in.
gonna have
He's
to go up
very
against
prepared.
Blank. So that's gonna be a tough challenge, especially with how dominant Blank was in the last round. But
Dude, Blank showed out. Nobody was expecting him to do anything this season, and he pulled up with a sweep first round. Absolutely incredible stuff from Blank.
yeah, we'll see what he does. But back to this game here. 3 cards switch going into blue. That gives Evan the lead. Rune looking to respond here.
Evan once again taking the early lead here, but no power play
Oh,
available
well,
for
Jordan left. I think I think he didn't mean to do that, but
not short jump scare.
I think
Anyways.
he meant to type C in the channel. But
Yeah, Evan once again taking the early lead here, but no power play looming, so Rune has a little bit more flexibility in terms of what he's able to do on the defensive side to keep him from getting to the end.
right, I mean, I think the main thing for Rune is he's just not been getting much fortune in terms of a lot of the cards. He's been able to get some runs here and there, but it's like just not really much in terms of an above average to solid hand. So mostly he's been trying to run
Yeah.
numbers and has been doing a good job being able to maintain this and keep it going. Still not with a single +4, and we are now in game 6 of the series.
Yeah. Lesser Uno players would have already been swept and out the door by now, but this is Rune. Again, it's that EXP that we talk about. switching it back into green. That's good. That's a really solid play there, assuming there's no end around. Gets him to use the wild into red. Interesting. Yeah, Evan probably having no greens, just trying to get to the end at this point. Trying to throw a little bit of a heat check on him, see if Rune's able to stop him. Rune content for now though, get on the red.
Yeah, I'm still looking for yellow here in this game, but red is going to be the play for now. And it's
Another
another
huge.
massive +6 here. I'm gonna pull up the stats again. I mean, how many cards is this drawn here? It's 65 to 40 on the cards drawn. So, again, a lot of ammo being thrown out to Rune, and still just not getting a whole lot here.
Right.
Getting a little bit more reverses, but skips are kind of low. +2s, I mean, +2s has just kind of been being thrown around the entire time. But yeah, gonna just respond with a yellow 9 for now. Evan goes with the yellow 1 down to 3.
Rune's gonna come up with something soon.
That is gonna be a response here. +2. We'll see if he goes for another one here or just sticks with just one.
Probably another one incoming.
Nope, just gonna stick with one. And gets a little run going, goes into the red.
We'll see where this heads up, but if he stays on the red, it would be a pretty solid play there. We know since Evan switched out of the red with that +2 play, it's not very likely that he has much left on the red. We'll see though. Maybe he gets something from the +2 where he's able to switch.
Rude's gonna close it with the red 8. And Evan's just saying none of that. It goes right back into yellow with the wild. Now down to 4.
Evan just said no thank you on the red.
Did Rune have something saved up in the back on the yellow, or is this actually gonna be a straight up dried out run? Yes, he did.
He has
had the reserve here, and he goes back into the red again. Tries to get rid of that wild.
It's the same exact play, but it works just as well. He's able to...
Does it draw early?
A little bit eager, but it's the same play, and it's going to work, it looks like, as long as he doesn't have any number efficiency from wherever this lands in red.
I mean, Rude's looking for 3-card switch here. Still his turn, but just take it a second.
Probably looking at number efficiency. Probably looking at that history tab, seeing what numbers have and haven't been played yet.
Yeah,
That'd be my guess.
I mean, definitely has some use case here. You really don't see a massive involvement of it until you get later into the deck, but there's definitely some niche uses early on where it could be helpful.
Right, just to play the percentages a little bit, get that slate, better odds of it. And Evan gets another +4.
Listen, I mean, he's getting thrown this on, but I mean, the fact that it's happening now and not as a run to the finish is actually really helpful for Rune, because this is likely a lineup. This was likely a lineup to get to the end. So,
right, it's better to force your opponent into burning all these, and he
Another
switches
red.
back into red again.
Rune's just hoping there's not like another +4 here. That would be kind of an unfortunate way to end the series.
I'd be so done if there was another +4 after all that effort to get it into
there
red.
we go.
There we go.
Rune has finally dried Evan out of all his resources.
Oh
and
my
Rune
goodness.
is still very much in this.
That was expert defensive play, though. 2 end arounds and then the number efficiency, making him burn both the wild and the wild +4 there. Absolutely masterful stuff from Rune, able to have him burn all that ammo. And now he's able to run that red on the red 0. Difficult to switch out of it. He gets the draw again. Rune's looking in an excellent position after that sequence.
All right, red 2. Evan's still drawing here, and this is perfect for Rune. This is exactly what he wants. Self ditto there.
Self ditto. Beautiful.
So Evan gonna draw again
Likely
unless he
gonna
gets a
draw
top deck
again.
red. Rune hoping it's not a 2.
Evan typing a little bit here.
Oh my
Oh,
god, another
another
plus 4.
+4. Oh my goodness.
And it's another 7. It's another one. It's the same play as before where we go into the green 7 here.
Yeah. It's the exact same sequence there.
Is this going to be
If he has
another red
another
7?
red
No,
7.
alright,
Oh,
there it
there's
is.
the
There's the
first.
first +4 for Rune in game 6. And now we go back to red.
Congratulations, Rune, on acquiring 1 +4. It's been hard fought for, but well deserved.
Yeah, I mean, that one took a while, but did finally get it. And we are still staying with the red.
Evan might actually have a red or two here, depending on what the +4 gave him.
Could maybe be the final +4 getting burned. We'll see. But gonna be green 9.
Back into the green.
So it goes
But
back
it's a little
into
bit safer for him.
goes back into the green, and Rune I think is gonna reluctantly agree this time.
Yeah, no need to force the issue, especially if it requires burning even more ammo, because you gave him the +4. It sort of ruins whatever plans Evan had going up until that point. You have a little bit more wiggle room to try and stop him further down the road.
Alright, green 2. And then the green 3 goes one up here. We're looking for some sort of response.
Switching back into the blue. We have not seen blue in a minute here.
That might have been what Evan wanted, was to get a ditto.
That might be exactly what out of this.
Ooh, and the +2 there, a 3-card run. That's gonna give Rune the lead back, but just by a little bit.
Yeah, this might be what Rune wants too. That's the thing. It might be a sprint to the finish, but Rune making it a little bit more difficult on him with that +2, potentially putting a couple roadblocks in the way.
Blue 1. And blue 6. Now it goes back to green now, so we'll see if Evan wants to keep running this green. Or if maybe he's going to have a change of heart and not actually have any more. Crossover to the yellow. How does this affect Rune here?
Crossover. Both at 3 cards.
Rune has nothing on
Rune's
yellow.
out. Uh-oh, this is huge for Evan.
Yellow 4 down to 2. Rune needs to find something quick here.
Absolutely. This is not looking good. I don't think Evan has anything left on the green or the blue or the red. It might be yellows all the way to the finish.
Found the green.
Let's see this. Evan might have a green still. We'll see though.
Green +2.
Oh, this might be it.
Is this it?
Is this game?
That is the question. I mean, that would be a fatal switch here. That's it, but I mean, we've seen in the past where it's a +2 or skip and then it's a draw. I mean,
not
right
quite.
there does not have the finish, so leaves the +2 open and cannot close it out. And Rune
and
has
we're gonna
nothing on green as
draw.
well.
So we're gonna draw on this landmine. This open +2 here. And I think Rune's definitely content to keep drawing on this.
Goes with the
Evan
green
giving
skip.
him a little bit of a scare there with that +2. But it works out in the end for Rune.
goes with the skip and then the 6, and then Evan is gonna find something finally on the green.
Green
No
top deck
switch
there.
there. Evan looking for the switch.
Does Evan have it? Oh, and he
Finds it into
does into the
Uno.
red.
Wild green. That's a
Ooh,
great
and the
block there.
classic.
Gonna be a KT
This is
classic.
looking like this is definitely gonna be a draw. Yeah, we'll see if it's a true classic or not.
I would think it. I would think it is. Yeah.
True classic.
I mean, that's a
Yeah.
good play from Rune there, because he was in a position where that game could have ended, but wisely goes back to the green here to stall things out.
Yeah,
This has been a really
and
great game from Rune thus far. Even if the card count's not showing it.
yeah, Rune not really having much of an opportunity to go on the offensive, but so far it's been a defensive masterclass from Rune.
All right. Now for the 2, Evan gets to switch back to red.
Going to be a little bit more difficult for him to have the run to the finish. Even though he does have 2 cards, they
Okay.
both have to be red, or he'd have to get some sort of number efficiency along the way.
This seems very numbers based right now, so red reverse, is this
Red
one it?
reverse.
That's another one where it's the same typing as the green +2.
Is this it, or is it not quite?
I don't know. Yeah,
Not
not
quite.
quite. Again, that's the second time we've seen that happen. Yeah, I was thinking we had a little bit more to go here. Rune still
And we're
cannot find
drawing
anything.
again. Wow.
Another draw. Rune gets to play down
We're
to
weak on the
3
green.
each. We are
Yeah.
tied. People starting to flow in.
Good
Rune
morning.
in the building. Hello.
Hello.
I have arrived finally.
Indeed.
Rune, thoughts on drawing a wild +4?
No.
Okay. I mean, another draw city here. I mean, I mean, in my opinion, this is a really great game from Rune. It's just kind of not really. Again, Nick said it before. Not really a lot of chance to go on the offensive here. But I mean, defensive masterclass in my opinion, from Rune. Just not really able to find a way to close the game, and just doesn't seem like he's had many opportunities to.
I think Evan using his power play last game I won was a lifeline for me. If I had to play all of this with him still having power play, it would have been over by now.
That is what we did say on the stream. So that flush was big, but Rune gonna find the switch to yellow. I mean, down to 2 now. So
Evan all the way up to 6. Rune for once in the lead for this game 6.
yeah, we're past 16 minutes here. So longest game of the series so far.
Ooh.
And does a
Ooh.
double into the green and then draws here, looking to maybe get a stall out, and I
That's a-
think that is going to be what Evan gets here.
Right. That's a good defensive play from Evan's part. You know, Rune might have been able to run those yellows to the end had he not done that reverse switch into the green, that dead end, but he was aware that both of them were likely weak on the greens, so it's smart play to keep the game going.
Yeah, and another draw city here. This has kind of been the spot we've
I
been in
haven't
for a
had
while.
that before.
Well, yeah, we're gonna keep on drawing. We've already seen a lot of the power cards burned up at this point. Most of there's like 1 reverse left. There's 3 skips left. There's 3 +2s, and then 1 of each wild. Not a lot of ammo. We're getting close to a reshuffle territory at this. If we're on pace at the very least to get to a reshuffle with how these people have been drawn.
I think the +2s are going to be scary, especially if they're still in the deck. If you get at least 2 of those, that could really cause some trouble for the opponent. But
That's gonna be
Alright.
what's
gets the switch
key.
there. Not going to be seeing any green unless we're going for another stall. But Rune looking to be able to play yellow this time.
We'll see. Rune's still having the slate lead at this point.
Past 18
Rune
minutes
didn't really
now.
get the opportunity to.
Ooh, crossover in the blue.
Okay. Yes. A while.
There you go. 18 minutes, 18 seconds.
Very drawn out defensive game.
No, I think games like these are actually kind of interesting to watch.
I was very surprised Evan went to 15 cards considering I won the 15 and the 14.
Blue 4.
That was a little bit of an interesting choice. Like from what I've seen from
tries
Evan,
to play the Rune off blue 0, the Rune blue 0.
Rune
Yes.
blue 0.
But
It's my special card, but this spot doesn't accept it.
yeah, unfortunately, unfortunately does not have meter, so can't use it. But goes to the blue 0.
But yeah, from what I've seen, Rune's practiced the most on mid-tier stuff. So seeing him test the waters on a higher tier card start, a little bit surprising, but he's been known to test out certain cards.
Oh.
Oh my lord, what that just came
there's
out
the
of
plus
nowhere.
twos.
There's
What
the
the fuck was that?
Okay, +6. Alright, 5 card run, +6. Evan really getting down low there, but that's gonna throw Rune. That's gonna throw Rune in a tough spot.
That is not ideal.
Not
Please
ideal.
draw.
It's 7.
Rune asking for the draw does
Fuck.
not
Switch
oblige.
to yellow. ASMR. Wild's green, looking
Very
for a
smooth.
stall again.
Ooh, this might be good. We'll see. Evan typing a lot. Oh,
No,
it's just
find it.
complaining. He's going through it right now. He's been close to finishing this.
Finds it. That's the last +2 there.
5 different times. Yeah. All the +2s are gone. All the wilds are gone.
And now it's tied.
A wild +4 lurking, but
with 15 cards left, you gotta wonder if it's in someone's hand or if it's still in there. If it's still in there, that's gonna be maybe what this game comes down to. Gets to switch to yellow.
Into the yellow. Both tied at 4 cards now.
Ditto. So, works out for Evan here. What does Rune do? Past 21 minutes now. Goes up with the 1, goes to yellow 3.
Content on the. Again, this feels like it's really going to come down to who's going to be able to get that +4 and capitalize on it.
To red. Rune did not like that. Draws.
Oh, I need draws.
Not good. Not good.
That's a self-ditto for red 3, the Uno. Gets the yellow 3
and he
switch.
switches back into yellow.
Holy top deck.
That is an incredible top deck if this works out.
Let's see.
If he has a yellow,
Watch him have a yellow something.
Is he malding or is he happy? And he got the yellow 5.
Oh.
Unfortunately, that's gonna cost Rune, but
poison fruit of top
Evan
decks.
gonna walk out with the win for the 2. 22 minutes 3-second game to end things off, and Evan is going to be moving on. Wow. I mean, Rune, I thought that was a really well played game. Just I guess a small mistake at the end there that cost you, but that's kind of a hard play to make there. Any comments on the series?
It happens. I don't think I I do think I played well, but yes. I don't know. Evan played well. Think he had better cards, but he did take advantage of them, so fair win.
Yeah, I feel like you did as much as you possibly could, given the cards that you had. Maybe a couple small flubs, but the way Evan was playing, it was kind of difficult to 100% track where he was going to go with the colors and whatnot. You did basically as best as you could, percentages-wise, at least in my opinion.
Yeah, we'll see what Evan has to say here, but big win for Evan as he moves on.
Yeah, this is going to be a huge win for Evan. I mean, he's going to be able to take momentum. I mean, he's going to face in the next round either Mark or Captain Gaming, I believe. That match
10
starts
p.m.
at 10 p.m.
Ooh,
Eastern.
Captain
tonight.
Gaming is still in as well. Let's go.
Yep.
I believe that Evan, in my opinion, would be the favorite between either of those two players. So he has a good... Getting past Rune gives him this opportunity to go on a massive run if he's able to capitalize. He's been doing up till this point.
Won the Uno battle, definitely lost the mental battle. Rest of the tournament's going to test my mental even more now. I mean, definitely did see that Evan was kind of struggling a little bit there, but was able to kind of find enough to get him to the finish. I mean, you see there's 6-1 on the Wild +4s. That was kind of a rough game for Rune in the end, but still was able to hang in there even with the struggle on that. But Rune, any last comments? Fortunately out, and I mean that's 3 of the 4 1 seeds out of the tournament with only Aiden Smith left in the bracket. Any comments on just how this one and anything you look to do from the season going forward?
It's rough. I haven't played well. Hope he goes far now. I can at least I lost to someone who went far, right? I'll focus on next tournament when this one's over.
All right. Go to Nick here. I mean, any thoughts on how this game went? Was this the result you were expecting, and anything you saw that maybe played into the result and/or was kind of what led to what we saw today?
I don't think many people saw this result coming. I mean, many people, they knew that Evan was going to be a threat. Like, he wasn't going to lay over and give it to Rune super easy, but I don't think many people expected him to walk into here and come out with a 4-2 victory over the 1 seed here. I mean, you could chalk it up to card luck a little bit with the Wild +4 differential there, 6-1, but it's not as bad as we've seen in other games, and you can have all the card luck in the world, but if you're not able to utilize it properly, then it just doesn't even matter at that point. So good on Evan. It's a very solid win. It's going to look good on him to have that early momentum heading into the season, proving himself early that he's in it for the long haul. The one thing that we're going to have to see from Evan as we go deeper into this tournament is whether he's going to be able to mentally handle these longer games as he goes deeper into the tourney, because we've seen a lot of players with like drawn out, take your time, pace management play styles advance in this tournament more than we've seen in like D2 or in D1. So if he gets matched up with someone of the likes of like I'm not sure who's still in this tournament that plays like that, but I know that
Sam
there's
England, although that's a what's it called? Sam England. That would be a regional final. That would be a regional final. Sam England, Fitzwater. I mean, both of them play like that. So
Yeah.
I mean, if Fitzy wins tonight and then Sam England wins, and assuming Evan makes the regional final, he's guaranteed to have to play someone who's going to go for that long style.
Right. That's going to be the test, in my opinion. If he's going to have to be able to learn how to adapt to those longer, drawn-out play styles. But if he's able to figure that out, then he's going to be able to make a lot of noise in this February Flurry.
All right. I mean, before we wrap up here, I'm gonna say the biggest takeaway from this, and why this result happened was the cards drawn. Because I mean, you look at it here compared to the self drawn. I mean, Evan had significantly more, 12 more specifically, but you see cards drawn, and that's nearly it's more than a 20 card difference on that one, which is how much Evan was throwing on the Rune. Unfortunately, Rune not able to find enough on the forced draws there to be able to come back and fight that, but. Unfortunate end for Rune. I thought he had a pretty good game, but Evan able to come out on top here with the victory. That being said, again, we have the stream overlay here. Evan moves on 4-2. We'll face the winner of Mark Captain Gaming. He will know his opponent by the end of the night, so we'll see who he ends up facing. But going to be interesting to see how this goes, nonetheless. That being said, thank you all so much for watching. We'll be back in about 45 minutes to an hour. With our final stream match for D2 of the day with My Hell taking on Blank. That's going to be another good one, but until then, thank you all so much for watching, and we'll see you in about 45 minutes. So grab a drink, something like that, and stay tuned, so we'll be right back.